Let me just, I need to get code, which would be here. He said, this was a draw. I think I do much better on attack than on defense. Want to know why? I switched to Rogue at the end to try to pick off their DPS, as they were destroying our healer. And my other tank switch for reason. I don't have much experience in Rothog, though, so I'll take my Rothog gameplay with a grain of salt. So we'll focus mostly on Ryan concepts. Since you said you played Ryan on the first 2 rounds, then Rothog on the last one. Wait, what do you mean first 2 rounds? I guess it's like both of you full cup. So 1, 2 rounds, then you got to do this again? Okay, that's fine. For some reason you were posted twice. It's fine. Sometimes it happens. Alright, let's just get started, chat. So we are looking at in-game name. This is silly. You did not put your in-game name here. Okay, we'll figure it out. You're playing Ryan, right? Just going to make sure that on the very last round you switch to Rothog. Yep, there you go. So we're watching Lucky Charm 72. Let's just get started right away. So looking at your team, you've got decent healing, right? Decent healing is okay. Hello, Echo. You got pretty decent healing. You got a lot of close range damage, some spam damage, but mostly just a lot of close range damage, and you got bubbles. Let's see how you do. Like, you don't have a Lucio, which can be a problem, but so long as you can just run at them, it should be fine. How are you doing? I'm just doing fine. I just finished watching the APAC games not too long ago. Well, the replays, not the actual games, because it was interesting. Chengdu lost. Okay. So standing on the choke, need to move forward. Just what are you doing? Alright. Press W. Why are you on the, like, my question is, why are you on the choke? Why are you just standing here? Right? They have a lot less damage than you do. Like, Soldier and Genji together are basically less spam damage than Junkrat. Just go forward. Move your team forward, please. There we go. It takes a long time, but just go. Just rather than staying here for 10 seconds, just go forward. And now you're staying at this choke for 10 seconds. You have a full shield, full HP. You can tank for a little bit of damage because you've got enough healing to sustain it. Like, there is no reason for you to be playing here. In fact, what you are doing is you are actually giving their Sigma an advantage. Because Sigma is much better at this range than you are. You cannot do, like, Fire Strike is the only thing you can do at this range. Whereas Sigma is actually best at, like, this range. Because, he can stay far away and he can put pressure on you. And he's got a much worse shield, but if you don't push forward, then we cannot force him to retreat. It's just taking you so long to actually get through the chokes. And if your idea is, I want to make sure my team are moving with me, then just go, because your team will follow you. You are the main tank. Like, this Junkrat, this area, the Mercy, everyone is going in front of you. Just press W harder. You don't have to shield everything. Just go forward. Like, you're playing with cover, which is fine. Is that the PS reality going? Maybe later. I'm not really started with this one. But hello, Ruff. Okay. Don't do this either. Like, don't pin into the enemy team. You went from basically not moving forwards at all to just getting yourself killed, basically. Because charging makes you vulnerable. At the beginning, especially, like at the beginning of the charge, it makes you very vulnerable at the beginning, right? Like, you have a full wind-up animation, then you go forward. It also makes you very vulnerable during the charge. Even if you get someone, like, people can shoot at you, people can stun you, people can do damage to you. So, don't just charge into the enemy team. Like, never charge into the enemy team. If you need to go forward, just press W. And I know it's going to be a meme, just W or not, just go forward. Like, don't spend so much time on the chokes. Bicycle's good, but your team is dead already. Like, remember how your team was getting in front of you? The people that were trying to get in front of you because you were being too slow just died. And the Genji died, but this is just a lost fight. You also took a lot of damage after your charge, and the Reinhardt is dead. So, it's just, you did nothing. This entire fight, you did nothing. Quite literally. I'm sorry if I sound blunt, but blunt is usually the best way of getting my message across. You are getting zero value. Okay, we killed the Sigma. The Sigma is stunned. That Sigma just fed into your backline. So now we can just push forward and win, right? Now they have no shield. They have no tank actually holding main angle. Just go forward. Go forward, go forward. You said push forward, so just go forward. Stop shielding. They don't have a shield. Right? And Reinhardt is really good once you get on top of the enemies. Again though, don't charge. Like, even if you get this Genji, which I doubt because people can just sidestep your charge, you should not charge. It makes you so vulnerable. Just press W. The best way of getting closer to the enemy is just going forward without... Even if you can avoid shielding sometimes, that's also fine. Like, I know the shield makes you slower, that's why you don't always use your shield while you push forward. Especially if they don't have a Sigma, just go at this area. Like, if I do this... Look at you, just go at this area, just press W on this area. You can force this area to get out and keep getting space. They don't have enough tanks to even contest it. The Sigma is dead. Kill this area, kill this area. Come on, yeah, nice. Good, I mean, probably just lucky you were clearly aiming at this area. You were clearly aiming at this area. Shatter is totally unnecessary, like... Is it a good shatter? Yeah, you get 3 people, but the fight is already won, they have no DPS. So you don't need this shatter, like at all. You are going forward by yourself, like look at your team, they are not with you. Pay attention to your team, right? Just wait here. They have to come to you if they want to contest the point anyway, you don't have to do this. If they kill you, they actually have a shot at recontest. That's how bad this is. Like, if they kill you, yeah, their team is coming back, but the fact that they can slowly gather together, maybe the Sigma can touch, and we don't really have a way of stopping them from touching. Like, yeah, you have a lot of damage, but Sigma can block that. Sigma is a really good Reaper counter, and these 3 can do pretty decent, but once Sigma is on top of them. So, don't die, please. You're dead. Oh my god. Please don't tell me the recontest. The recontest with Flux. This is your fault, by the way. What are you doing? Out of line of sight of your entire team and playing into people that are better than you at range. At least we get, you know what, we get the point, I'm happy. But you could have lost us that.
Onwards to victory.
Decent 5 strike. Like, your 5 strike aim is probably okay. It's not perfect, but it's okay. It's probably the best part of your gameplay thus far. Not going to get on top of it. You have used charge twice, you have used it to feed twice, and you are going... Either you are very like... You have no middle point. You either play like way too defensive, or just go into the enemy either by charging or feeding. So, it is very important that you measure yourself with your aggression. Start by pressing W more. And not into the enemy team by yourself. Just when you are with your team, just press W with your team. Rather than holding the choke. Like, you are actually doing nothing here, right? The big thing with Reinhardt is that he does a lot of pressure. Up close. Like, if you get on top of the enemy, they cannot ignore a Reinhardt. Because it's a Reinhardt. He's swinging a hammer. There is no way of blocking it. Like, the only thing that actually can block it is a Zarya bubble. Other than the Zarya bubble, there is nothing... Well, and Genji deflect. But there is nothing else that can stop the hammer from getting damage in. And, you know, 8 seconds, they are very long cooldowns. Is it 8? I think it may be 12, actually, for deflect, but... No, it's 8, I remember, it's 8. There are 8-second cooldowns while you can swing every second. And they're the only ones in the entire game that can actually stop you from doing damage at, you know, someone with the hammer. Like, Reaper can Wraith, Moira can Fade and become invulnerable, but they're not just, it's just blocking damage, it's getting away with, you know, invulnerability. But my idea is, or what I'm trying to tell you is, stop doing this. Holding your shield out in the open is silly. Like, who are you blocking damage for? You're literally doing nothing. Like, when I say you are doing nothing, I mean you are doing nothing. Like, you're gonna tell me I'm blocking damage for Junkrat, but if you get a Junkrat, he's in a safe position. No one's really able to shoot at this Junkrat, right? It's not like he's actually in danger. Like, no one in your team is in danger. You're just wasting your shield, and on top of it, you are not even wasting your shield to take space. You're just wasting your shield and holding it on point. Stop doing this. If you wanted to just wait for the payload, wait here, where you are safe. If you wanted to use your shield to put pressure on the enemy, walk at them. Force them away. But you're doing neither of those. You're just standing on the choke, being red square rectangle man. I know square and rectangle is the same thing. It just has a better ring to it. Look at that. That's a... You know what? If you want to pin, and I'm saying, yeah, charge into the grab. Just charge into the grab. Go aggressive. You cannot do this. Look how defensive you are. We just grabbed 4 people. You aim a fire strike at the grab and that's it. Just go aggressive. You know how much value you can get? You can get 80... Your base swing damage as Reinhardt is 85. And by the way, this is old patch. I just realized that because Ryan has 550 HP. But he still does 85 damage. Which is to one person. Sorry, let's put that. It's a multiplier column. To one person is 85. To 2 people is 170. To 6 people is 340, 510. If you get the enemy in the grab, you can get up to 500 damage per swing. It's obviously never going to be 6 people in the grab, but it's insane how much damage you can do. With a strike and 1 fire strike, you can do 1,110 damage. Into 1 grab. Just go aggressive. Don't just throw a fire strike from range. You are a melee character. You don't want to be at range. I know you have a big shield. The big shield is not meant to be I stand on choke and do damage. And again, you pin it to the enemy. Stop doing that. Like, not only are they blocking you off from your healers with a shield, but also you are literally feeding into the entire enemy team. Never charge away from your team and into the enemy team. Reinhardt is the most team-based tank in the game. You cannot win by yourself. Oh, you get a Sigma, but you know, he gets bubbled. And now you are literally in the middle of the enemy team and they're just gonna kill you. That's it. They should just kill you. Like, there is no way for you to... You get nano. Okay, you get nano, so you don't die. But your team is saving you because they should have killed you insanely fast. Or, alternatively, they just kill your team because you are now not protecting them. But, like... They, like, at any higher level, you will die here. There's so many people. Everyone but the Zarya is basically and the Genji. But you have 4 people shooting at you. And Mercy is not damage boosting for some reason. If she were damage boosting, you would be taking even more damage because we are in Valkyrie right now. Just kinda silly how you... Yeah, you go kinda low, but you don't die and you should die here. Like, this should be punished very hard. You go very low, you actually go to like 30, 50 HP, and your Reinhardt saves you. You still get rocked, so you cannot get close, and your team is dead. You're ignoring your team is dead. You could stop this Genji, by the way, like I said, you do a ton of damage up close, and you actually move people around too. You're just playing by yourself. And that's it. You're not caring for anyone else. You're kind of playing Reinhardt like a frontline tracer. Well, not tracer, more like a blading Genji, I guess, because melee, but you don't have mobility. The children don't read this. Forget what I just said about how you're playing Reinhardt. You are playing very defensively, and then you just suddenly charge into the enemy frontline. It's like you don't know what the double Q key is. You are literally just... Oh, shield a choke, shield no one a choke, shield no one a choke because your team is either here or here, where they don't take damage, or your Reaper was like here, where you are not shielding them, so you are actually shielding nothing, and then just charge in. That's all you're doing. And you've done this several times. Just rather than shielding here, just wait here. When your team is with you, walk at the enemy. With your shield up, without your shield, I don't care as much yet. Like, how much resources you use to get to the enemy will be punished the higher you go up. But at this rank, it will not be punished. Just go forward into the enemy team. Use your shield if you have to. Just walk at them with W key. Because your only way of getting closer seems to be charge. You either play at the choke or you charge into the enemy. And I kinda have a feeling that that's just how this entire review is going to go. You are either going to shield or just stay at the choke or charge into the enemy. Why did you not move forward into that? There's 4 people here. Your team is actually with you. Like, your Zarya is coming back even. Just go at them. Your team is with you. They are missing 2 people. It's only Zarya, Soldier, and the supports. You have Reaper, Mercy, Ana. Your Zarya is coming. Your jungler just spawned, and he's got really a closer spawn than they do. So, this is basically just a 5v4. Even if it were, let's just assume that it's a 4v4, right? With the people that are literally here right now. Let's say it's a 4v4. You are a main tank. You are really good at putting pressure on people. You are really good at getting close and swinging at them. And they actually don't have a way of getting away from you. If you walk forwards at them, they are going to have to run away. A Zarya and a Soldier are not able to contest a Reinhardt. You have a 1600 HP shield. You have 500 health, plus armor. And you have a Reaper with you, and your supporter here as well. Reaper is really good the closer you get. So, going forward not only is good for you, because you can swing your hammer, but it also enables your Reaper. Go forwards. Also, this is a free shatter, like the Zarya just uses a bubble. Just wait for the bubble to go out, and then just shatter. Like, shatter the Zarya. Just shatter the Zarya, it's a free kill. Okay, you didn't do anything. And notice how your Reaper did go aggressive, and you were being a coward. You were hiding behind the walls. You did not go with your Reaper. You are doing... When I say you are doing nothing, it actually feels like you are getting no impact as Reinhardt. I don't think I've seen you swing your hammer. I think the only time you swung your hammer was when you got nanoed, a little bit. And the time you pinned the Sigma and swung your hammer at Sigma once. But you're playing like your hammer is not a thing. Like, okay, you're swinging your hammer, but you're not... There you go. And this time, this is not bad. You don't need healing as much as you think you do. You only took like 150 damage. And this is a great shatter. At the very least, you can guarantee the shatter on the Zarya, maybe on the Mercy as well. Sigma, I'm not saying you can guarantee, because maybe he can get that shield out in time. But this shield would just be like, just shatter the Zarya. Just shatter the Zarya. Her bubble is about to come back, so it would have been the perfect time. She would not have had the bubble yet. Now she does, so if you shatter now, she can bubble it. Never mind, she just used the bubble again. So just wait for the bubble to go out and shatter the Zarya. Just shatter the Zarya. Just shatter the Zarya. Just shatter them. Just shatter the entire... Well, not the entire enemy team, but you can shatter the Zarya as Soldier. You're gonna got a great anti-nade on the Soldier as well. It's like, you're just not going like... You swung at this Zarya twice, and now you're just waiting for your health to get full. Like, you actually just went ahead, swung the Zarya, hit her twice, then the Zarya runs away, and instead of chasing this Zarya with half HP, while you've got, like, look at her health. She's got 239 health, no armor because Zarya doesn't have armor. You've got 420, so from 240, let's round up to 440. You have almost double her health. You also got 100 armor, 140 armor, I believe, which, you know, is basically 60% more HP to make it like 540. So you have more than double her health. More than double her health. Why are you not pushing into this area? Your team is also with you, like, your jungler just spamming from long range, which he's not going to get a ton of value, but at least he's like adding a little bit to the fight. Your Mercy is literally healing you right now, your Reaper's here, your Zarya is here, right? The Zarya is a little bit far behind, but she's still here. So I'm like, just go, please. Like this area is so low. They actually use emo for this area because she's very low. And then you don't shatter. And then, rather than going forward, you just stand here and shield. Like I said, the big thing with Reinhardt is that if you get on top of the enemy, they cannot ignore you. Like if you keep going at this area cannot ignore you. The Sigma cannot ignore you because the Sigma has to go, well, if they rank this area and then comes at me, I'm just fucked. Ryan is really good once you get in melee. And you got in melee and then backed away. Just keep, I'm not saying feed into the enemy, don't charge into the enemy, but you have enough health to justify just swinging until you get, value. The value you got in this fight is 170 damage. That's all the value you've gotten on this area. Again, free shatter. Zarya has no bubble, Sigma's in the air. As soon as this is gone, you just shatter them. Okay, just shatter them. Just literally just shatter the Zarya and the soldier. Why are you holding onto the shatter? And by the way, by playing this low, you're just letting your shield get broken. You're playing by yourself, never going aggressive. You're letting the enemy play around you. It's very, very silly. And your shield is gonna get broken, and you're gonna lose health because, like I said, Ryan is really good at applying pressure in melee. But at this range, you are not actually applying any pressure. In fact, you are letting them apply pressure into you. Shield is breaking, you're taking damage. That's how much you're letting them get away with, because they should not be able to get away with this. Just go at their tanks and swing at their tanks. This is also a good shatter. Like Sigma's just protecting the shield. So you have a 1 second window to hit the shatter. Just go for it. Just use your shatter, please. Why have you not shattered? Like, they have given you so many good opportunities to shatter. Just do it. You finally done it and now you missed it. Because you actually did not have the opportunity here. You could have shattered the Sigma. But I don't know, you were going for the Baptiste, I guess. Just use it. As soon as you have a small window to use it and hit 2 people, just go for it. I don't know why you are keeping it for so long, and now you're going aggressive. Past the shield, so you can't get healed, and very far away from the rest of your team. So even if you had hit this shatter, no one could have followed up on it. Like, if you hit this shatter, your team is here, we can kill them. Right? I know there's a behind, but it's like, we just ignore this area, and there's a Junkrat, no, that's an Ana. Oh, it's Junkrat. No, that's Reaper. Is this Junkrat? This is Junkrat. So there's a Junkrat, I thought it was Reaper at first glance. There's a Junkrat right here, you can hit both of them. Both of these, right? With Junkrat, with you, with Zarya maybe. We can just kill them, we can just kill these 2, they don't have any other healing, rather than, like, yeah, they have Mercy, but Mercy will not keep them alive through 120 damage mines and 85 strings. Mercy only does 50 healing a second. Instead, you just don't. And you never use the shatter, you never actually swing at them. And you've hit people with your hammer, I think 4 times in this entire match. It's been 5 minutes, almost 5 minutes, and you've hit 4 people with your hammer. You've hit like basically 1 person a minute. And then you miss the shatter as well. I'm not going to harp on you for missing the shatter. I'm going to harp on you for not using it earlier when you had 3 opportunities to use it. Also, again, you are out of line of sight of your Ana, so the only healing you got is Mercy, and you're by yourself. 1, 2, 3, 4 people looking at you. And the only person who's able to come to your help is Mercy. And you don't die somehow. Like, you hold your shield up, but you should be dead. Again, you should be dead. Like, if the enemy team just took a second to actually focus you down, you would have died. And they will do, like, at gold, you'll die if you do that. Don't pin into the enemy. At least this is not as suicidal. Like, this pin at least is still kinda close to your team. It's not as suicidal as the other pins you've made. But still, like, this makes you so vulnerable. this kind of pin makes you just very, very vulnerable. Your Reaper just wins the fight, and your Reaper just wins the fight. Stay in the front line. Why are you running away? Like, rather than going at the, you do this. Rather than just push the payload. If anyone has to contest you, like if anyone wants to contest the point, they just have to come at you anyway. So it's like, why are you going away from the thing you can pressure? To force them to come to you and push the payload. Because you could just be winning, getting the payload to the destination, and winning this whole thing. It's an Overwatch. Overwatch is a game of points. It's not a game of I'm going to go out into a flank as Reinhardt to kill a Baptiste who is just as fast as me, right? Baptiste is every hero, except for Genji and Tracer, moves at the same speed, 5.5 meters per second, or 5 meters per second backwards. You are never gonna catch him. He's got more range than you do. He's got healing. He can jump up. He's got mobility. You are never gonna catch him. Soldier the same. Soldier can just run away from you. You are a melee hero with Reinhardt. Just please stay on the point. Force them to come to you, because if you are moving the payload, someone is going to have to come touch the payload to stop it from capping. And whenever someone comes touch the payload, you're like, hello, I'm a Reinhardt. I'm actually going to wreck you in melee. Why are you standing still? Like, your fire strike aim is not bad. That's the one thing you've got going in your favor. Your fire strike aim is not bad. What's the spin? Stop pinning. Stop charging into the enemy team. This is terrible. Like, look how far away your team is. You went from being with your team, where at least your Ana can heal you, Zarya is with you, Mercy's close and paying attention, to just lead it by yourself. Ana cannot see you anymore, right? Unless she's got like bouncing bullets. Yeah, it's just silly. Where's the Reaper? Oh, he's right here. How did I not see him? Oh, I guess he was maybe hidden with the Mercy? I don't know. But you went from being then not only with your Zarya, but with your Reaper and Mercy, to just by yourself. And here you got rocked, you should die. You're probably not going to, because this is a 1500 game, they are not punishing you for this. At least not punishing you hard enough. But at higher ranks, even at gold, you will get killed for doing this. Like, the enemy team will just punish you. And you are telling them, group up with me, they cannot! They have to go through the open to group up with you. Let's ban that. And that. Okay. Let's continue then. Like, the fact that you're asking your team to group up with you is silly. Oh my god, I'm just getting spammed. Is there like a multi-ban? Okay, let's continue. Okay. So yes, like asking your team to group up with you here is silly. You can go back to them. You have a shield. They can go through the open. You can, or you can just do this. Go at the enemy. Your team should also just go at the enemy, and we get value. But and you finally swung your hammer into the enemy again. This is the 5th time. Let's see if there's more. Free shatter right here, right? They got no bubbles. There's 3 of them right here. The Sigma shield is out. Free shatter right here. 1, 2, 3. We win the fight. Okay, no more shatter. We got grabbed instead. Oh, sorry. We got grab. We used grab instead. So don't use the shatter. We don't need it. Swing at the... Why are you not swinging at the shatter? At the grab, I mean. Just swing at the grab. They're gonna die to die. They have Zarya bubbles maybe soon. They actually had the friendly Zarya bubble. So, at that point. So, just go. Like, I cannot emphasize how little... Oh my god, that's painful. Don't... Like, the fight is already won. Oh, never mind. He killed 3 people, so maybe not 1, but we got the point. This is what I mean, right? We got the point. Like, even if we lose this fight, we got the point. You don't need to shatter the soldier. Even if the soldier kills 6 people, it does not matter. Like, it actually does not matter in the slightest because we already got the point. It just means, well, we have to regroup. Pressing the Sigma is bad. The Sigma is just dead and staggering. Just kill the Sigma. Yeah, they're just dumb. Swing, swing, keep swinging, keep moving. Remember what I said earlier about backwards heroes being slower than forwards heroes? This is so that if someone wants to run away, they have to look away. So please, please, just swing at them. Keep moving at them. If he's moving backwards, then you just catch him up. If he turns around and moves away, then you just take space for free. You can move all the way to here and stay here and wait for your team at the payload. Stop charging. This is actually your worst tool, by the way. Your hammer, your shield, and your health are a lot better than the charge and the 5-stroke as well. Stop charging, please. And yeah, okay, we get hit by the... They just flags into grab. We actually maybe not gonna die. They don't have any way to follow up. So yeah, you just get killed. You are at full health. You have no shield. But they just use 2 ultimates. I'm sorry. Go forwards. Try to get value from their tanks. Just swing at them. Now you have shield again. Now you got nano. Just keep going. You finally got a kill with your hammer. I think this is your first hammer kill. The first one in the entire game. There's a burst behind you. Don't ignore it. Don't ignore it. You ignored it. Your Reinhardt saved you. But you're dead. Don't just stay here. Go out. Go out. Hide. Hide. You're dead. I am honestly just kind of speechless at how this is going. Why are you just standing still? Why are you just standing still? Your Reaper's with you. You are letting your team get killed. Your team's getting killed because of you. You are doing nothing. Okay, I'm going to assume that was just like you got called away for some reason. This area is feeding. Why are you charging? Don't charge. Just swing and kill her with your hammer. You get the pain because the side is silly and walked into it. But even if you had not pinned her, if you just swing at her, you can guarantee the kill. The pin just takes time out of your whole thing. You can swing, you can do almost as much damage with the hammer as you can with the pin during the time it takes you to wind up, pin, and get someone. Especially if you throw in a fire strike, canceling. By the way, as soon as the Sigma uses the shield, that's a free shatter. So shatter and kill the Sigma. This is the one time where I'm okay with the pin. Just do a very short pin. I'm okay with this shatter. Just shatter them right now. Like, the Sigma shield is still out. Just shatter them both. Shatter them. Just shatter them. Just shatter them. The fight is very close. Like, they got 4 people. We got 5 people. Just shatter them and win. Actually, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. And sorry, coming back. So I counted right. I can do math. You finally shatter. And I already know. You are going to charge. You're going to be like, I'm going to kill the Sigma with a charge. And you know what? For once, I am okay with it. The big problem would be that if Zarya has bubble, if Zarya was like anywhere close and she bubbles the Sigma, then you basically wasted your entire charge, your entire shatter. Usually it's better to just swing, fire strike, swing, swing, right? You do more overall damage to multiple people than with the charge that can be interrupted very easily and can be blocked as well. So this is, and you missed the charge as well. The one time I'm like, okay with you pinning, you actually missed the pin. and you just catch him again in the air, which is hilarious. But go forward. You have full HP, full shield. Go forward. This is a single Zarya. You are Reinhardt. You are the scariest motherfucker in the game once you get up close to the enemy. Look at his face. Why are his eyes closed? Maybe don't look at his face. There, look at this face. You would not want to fight that, right? He kind of looks like a grandpa. Just get close to this area. Stay this far away as you stand, but their DPS, like you said, their DPS are wrecking my backline. I'm like, they haven't actually done anything yet. Maybe on the attack we'll see them do something. But mostly it's just being Pharah being a very big annoyance, I assume, because no one here, you have no, in your rank you have no hitscan who can hit a Pharah. At least not consistently enough to kill her. Another useless spin, just move the payload, because if you move the payload, they are forced to contest the payload. If you play, like, at least at this rank, you should, moving the payload should be enough. Usually what you do is you move forward in the same line that the payload is going to be, because someone has to clear you out, otherwise the payload just gets to where you are for free. In any case, yeah, like this, right? You're not on the payload, but everyone has to be in a position to kinda contest the payload at some point. You get nano, just go at them, it's fine. Decent fire strike, good fire strike. Again, your fire strike game is probably the best part of your gameplay. And we do cap. Oh, I know what's gonna happen. You're going to pin into the enemy multiple times. Okay. This is not ideal. If you're going to hold this choke, you hold here, or maybe here, but if you hold here, right, the problem is that they can just get around. If you hold here, then you can kinda stop them at this choke. But my guess is that you're just throwing a fire strike and moving out. The problem is that your whole team is here. You hit the fire strike, actually. I was gonna say I think you missed the fire strike. Remember what I said about just standing out in the open and shielding nothing? Like, what do you think you're shielding? Diana is actually very difficult to hit. She gets fire strike because fire strike is silly, but shots will not go through you and hit Diana. You are just wasting your shield. Also, if you stand here, you've got cover, and your Reinhardt will be like, oh, rather than having to play this far forward to kill the Reinhardt, I can just be here, out of any danger. And again, the big problem with holding like here or here is that they can just do this, or this, or this, or this. They've got several options. Whereas if you're here or here, they only got one. So if you're going to hold very aggressively, hold here. If you're going to hold normally, like any normal person would, you hold here or you hold closer to the point. You pin the Reinhardt. Nice. Again, I'm like, was it an ideal pin? No, I don't like you doing that, but at the very least, you did not pin into the enemy, just kind of out of the way of your team. Which, you know, ends up with you probably just dying as well. No, you just are forced to get out. But just pinning, like, pinning away, like your team is here, right? Your Roadhog is here. Pinning away from your team is bad. The only kind of aggressive pin I'm on board with is, I don't know, maybe you manage to pin aggressively into your team, like you kinda like you did here, right? Where you actually pin a little backwards, like you were behind the enemy, and you pin the Sigma kinda closer to your team. But it still makes you vulnerable, but at least you are like going in the right direction, rather than going into their backline, you're kinda going towards the front of your team. Or are you just standing still sometimes? Why are you charging into the enemy team? Please stop. Please stop. Please stop. I beg of you. This is no longer me doing a review. This is just me begging you, pleading with you to stop charging into the enemy team. It's such a bad habit. And even if at this rank it doesn't always get you killed, you've come close a couple times. And at higher ranks, at gold, people will punish and kill you. Like, this 115 damage is like 5 shots from soldier, or 2 shots if he hits a headshot. Now you're very low, your Ana has to expose herself to try to heal you and she dies. And you are losing your team a lot. You don't block the shatter, you don't counter pin the Reinhardt. By the way, you're gonna tell me, but if I pinned here, I would be going to the enemy team? No. You are counter pinning the Reinhardt, which just pushes the Reinhardt on the ground. And you're here with your team still. You end up dying for it. So I'm not gonna say your mechanics are bad, they're not good, but Rhine mechanics are not that difficult, right? You swing, you shield. It's not the mechanics, it's the game concepts, and you're not playing Rhine like Rhine. You're just pinning into the enemy backline or holding W at the choke. Like, playing defensively, you are playing like Orisa. Just stay at the choke and do nothing, but you don't even have the long range that Orisa does. So you literally do nothing but shield the choke. And when you go aggressive, you pin into the enemy backline, kind of like Wonky. Or Winston, but, you know, with the big disadvantage that you don't have you don't have an area of effect bubble to protect you. You can only defend yourself with the shield in one direction, and you don't have the leap out. You just are in the middle of the enemy team and die. Also, even Monkey has a better range than you do. Like, what's this? I mean, I'm not against the idea of recontesting if you could, but look at your team. You cannot recontest this. I cannot be more specific. It is literally only just you. Rotho's coming back, Ana's coming back, Torjun and Baptiste literally just respawned. So why are you pushing forward literally by yourself? You know you're not gonna touch. If the enemy just went forwards and killed you, they would just have a free fight win right here. Because they could just do that. At least you're going aggressive into the Reinhardt. Like, going aggressive into the Reinhardt is not the wrong idea. You just have to keep in mind that if someone puts a shield behind you, you don't get healing. Also, your team is like a little bit closer, not ready to go by any means, right? But at least a little bit closer. So this is the one time where I'm like, okay, you're putting some pressure on the enemy Reinhardt. This is okay. We end up killing the enemy Reinhardt. This is good. Shield. Shield. Good. You don't get killed with the flags because you shield the damage. Why are you standing like... I haven't explained the concept of corner holding, and I will not explain the concept of corner holding because you are just playing on like low silver, and I don't think corner holding is going to help you get out just yet. I think first you should worry about, you know, actually going into the enemy and getting value with Reinhardt. But the fact that you're standing in the open just makes me cringe. You should be called... Like, there is a reason you will see most people holding the corners. And that is that cover is unlimited health for you. They have to come forward to shoot at you behind cover. And you can just swing at from this corner, like where your Rothog is. You can swing at the choke without the need to expose yourself. Which, I did explain a little bit of the concept of corner holding. The idea of, you know, infinite cover and you can still hold the choke. But there are a lot more things to consider that I don't want to go into depth yet. Because that's not the main concern just yet. So line of sight that? Yeah, like this, right? You stay out of the line of sight of the window. That's good. Never mind, you go back into the line of sight of the window. Why are you going back into the line of sight of the window? You're just asking them to break your shield. That's a good shatter. Sigma shield is out. Ryan is not looking at you and jumping. Would have been a great shatter. The Ryan just charged behind you. He's by himself. Good fire strike again. Fire strike aim is the one thing I can be like, your fire strike aim is not silver level. It's probably like high gold, low plat. And that's the only thing. Like everything else, charging into the enemy, holding your shield on the choke for no reason, not swinging like ever. Not good. Another free shatter. We just stunned the Reinhardt. We just killed the Reinhardt. Now we don't need shatter. Use flags. By the way, it's not that bad letting yourself get caught by the flags, if only to shield the people behind you. Like your supports will keep you alive during the flags, but if they get hit, they can die, and if you lose the supports, you can just lose the fight. I like this position, by the way. It's not ideal. Like again, move forwards and you can swing at the Sigma for free. But this is decent. A free shot on the Sigma, literally a free shot on the Sigma. The barrier just broke, the shot of the Sigma. He's using his... Just shatter, please. You are keeping this for so long. You have had so many good opportunities. Instead, we end up losing both of our supports. You finally go for the shatter. Is it a good shatter? No. I mean, Reapers looks like he's going to go in and kill everyone anyway. But if that happens, that's solid. I just doubt you know. And you knew that the Reaper was going in. Here's the thing. You have no backline. Even if we kill them all here, we have to give them some space. So I'm like, do we win the fight? Yeah, we're going to win the fight using like 3 ultimates. But even, the Reaper did not even go in, by the way. If Reaper had gone in and killed them with Blossom, that would have been maybe okay, because then at least you buy your supporters times to come back. But like without the Reaper, I thought he was going into Blossom. And that's why I called it, first I called it bad, and I was like, maybe not that bad, but yeah, bad. Because at this point, you have no healing. And they have all the healing. So, are you going to kill anyone? Maybe one person at best. But with the immortality field, probably not. And now you have no healing, and you're just gonna die. There is no healing. I can hear you saying, I need healing, I need healing. You let your supports die. You took so long that your supports died. And then you just die. You broke the shatter, good job blocking the shatter, but... Reaper, you should have done that when, we still had 5 people on the ground with each other. This is, like, not a winnable fight, like 1v3 versus 1v2, and maybe a little bit of support coming back, but they also are going to be coming back soon, so they just have to play safe. And we lose, right? I will say this again. Their DPS are not doing as much as you think you are. At least you told me they were like getting a lot of value. I don't think that's true at all. I think you are getting no value. Reaper just didn't ult the one time he could have. Their frontline is wrecking your frontline. At least thus far, I don't think it's a DPS issue in the slightest. I think you are just getting literally no value. Touch the point, please, please touch the point. You've got to touch! You've got to touch! You don't touch. The one thing you can actually do to help your team here, because you are not going aggressive, you are just holding your shield, is touch the point. At least be here and contest the payload. At the very least. This is what I mean when I say you're getting no value. You're not pushing the payload. You are not contesting the payload. You are not shielding your team or yourself. You are just kinda standing at the choke, and you are never swinging. You are putting no pressure. Worse. So you're not applying any pressure to the front line. You're letting them pressure you for free every time. You are never using your ult actively, like early in the fight, which will get you a lot more value. Like, as soon as you see any opportunity, the earlier you can use it while still getting value. Don't just throw it out there because I'm telling you use it early. Don't just be like, oh, Reinhardt standing in the middle of the score. I'm gonna stand in the middle of the Sigma standing in the middle of the open. I'm gonna shatter him. No, he's got a barrier. He's not blocked. But as soon as you see an opportunity, just use it. Because if you get value, even if it's a single kill, that's enough value to win the fight. So yeah, you are getting no value, and you are not taking space by pushing into the enemy team and forcing them out. You're not holding space by just staying in like a corner and swinging at the enemy to apply pressure, because pressure is what allows you to hold this space. You're just giving things up for free. And I'll be honest, this is really bad gameplay. Like, when I say that you're getting no value out of Ryan, I actually mean that you are getting no value out of Ryan. You will be if you weren't playing Orisa, you would be getting more value, which is something you should not be hearing if you're playing Ryan. It's just how defensive you're playing. You're never going aggressive. You're never using your hammer. You're only going forward with your charge, which is just feeding. Hey, you actually sunk your hammer and you got 2 kills. This fight is, by the way, even if we win this fight, we lost the war, because they got the point out like a million years ago because you didn't touch the payload. There is no healing for you. There is no healing for you. Stop asking for healing when you let both of your supports die. Of course you're gonna die. They got the point. Their spawn is literally right there. Okay, let's see how you use this shatter. Hopefully well enough. Don't go this way, like your Ryan is best contesting main. Not an off flanker. Ryan is not a flanker. You lost half of your health, half of your shield for no reason. You should have been here putting pressure to the enemy. Instead, you just let them press your team. They killed someone, they did damage to the rest. Shatter early, as soon as you see an opportunity. You block their shatter. I right click by accident. You block their shatter, good job. Now go for your own. Fire strike to here because you got decent fire strike aim. You can maybe get a kill. Okay, never mind. This time you don't. And then you just let them kill you because they have their own window and you're in front of it. But like, hold on. Gotta show you something that may help you realize this is why you're not getting value. Look at this fight, right? The Ryan is going forward, you kinda meet the Reinhardt, he's actually going forward, he hasn't swung at you once. He has not put any pressure on you, right? There hasn't been no pressure. The Ryan is not swinging, you have not lost any health, but rather than not backing out, just meeting the Reinhardt face to face, you immediately just start backing out. He goes for the shatter, you block the shatter, which again you could have done if you were just here, just the same. But look how much you backed out for literally no reason. There's nothing pressuring you. In fact, we are pressuring them, like they haven't used the window yet. We are the ones in a position to pressure them, so why are you backing out? The Ryan is just going forward for free, and you never put any pressure on him. Like, he's swinging at you, he swings at you once, twice, and you don't even swing back. You just go for the fire strike, which again through the window at least is gonna get you some value, but you even miss the Ryan with the fire strike. He manages to get so much value. He's done, and remember you are both at full HP, he's done like 364 damage to you, and you've done not as much, and also most of that came to your team. This is the first time you are swinging your hammer, so you've done 85 damage to the Ryan. This is literally how much value he got. He got at least 2 more swings than you did. Because you were just backing out and shielding, and backing out and shielding. And you just let them get pressure on you for free. Quite literally for free. Just swing at the enemy Ryan, just swing at the enemy when they're in melee with you. Don't just hard shield, you're not a shield ball. Ryan's pressure comes in the form of a lot of damage, like 85 is not insane, but it's very easy to hit, and it can cleave through people as well. So it's like, maybe not 85, depending on the people you get, like I said this earlier, I showed you the multipliers. It can be more, but most importantly, it goes through shields. It's 85 damage that go through shields. You can pressure the enemy Reinhardt even when he's holding his shield. Why are you pinning it to the enemy? Like, you don't have enough people to contest this right now. Yeah, the payload has to move all the way here. Just wait like here or here for your team. Just wait for your team. Like, your team is almost back. Yeah, the top is dead. The roadblock is dead. Okay, at least wait for these 4 people who are alive, going to be alive to regroup. Because what you're doing is, hello, kill me before my team can help me. Can you kill me? Please kill me before my team can help me. You get pinned out of the shatter because you are very predictable. Like, we got this from Dervan's perspective. Oh, I told you, I had to kill. What is this Ryan doing here by himself? So we got the Ryan is by himself, right? So I can charge him no problem. And if the Ryan counter charges, which is, I guess, he was expecting you to counter charge, my team can break him into pieces. Because he will be on the ground for 2 whole seconds. I will be on the ground, but I don't have to worry because the only person who can even come close is Reaper. And the Reaper is just only now coming forwards. So you go for a shatter at a really bad time, you get pinned, and you're dead. You're just dead, yeah. Your Reaper goes in the backline, but, you know, gets no value because there's no one to take the attention off of him. And thus they use all of the cooldowns they can to block the Reaper. We do kill the Reinhardt. We do kill the Mercy, the Reinhardt gets rest. Oh, you come back on Wrecking Ball. I'm not going to go a lot into Wrecking Ball mechanics, because you only want Wrecking Ball to touch. I'd rather focus on the Ryan mechanics. Don't do that though. That's just a bad rollout. The Ryan misses, but you're like not doing a lot with Wrecking Ball. Like this thing you're doing is getting literally no value. You are staying in the enemy's silence the entire time. Like, you do this, they can shoot at you. Here or here, they can shoot at you. And they just win. And for the last defense, I think you said you go Roadhog. I have no idea which DPS is actually bothering you so much that you felt the need to go Roadhog, because neither of their DPS have been that good. It's mostly just been that you've been run over in Reinhardt every single time. I guess at least you managed to full. I hate that you're in the open, but I'm not going to talk in depth about your Roadhog. Don't shoot into Grasping Sigma because he eats it and it gives him shields. No need to heal yet, you are not low enough. I think you were only losing like 10 health. In fact, were you full health? Yeah, the Mercy is healing you. You were full health. 516? You are missing 84 health. That doesn't justify the bait. You are wasting a cooldown. I am honestly surprised at the idea of this being a draw. I guess they just don't know how to deal with the Junkrat. They keep running into the Junkrat and getting, pressured by the Junkrat. Like, your Reaper is playing Sniper Reaper. He's not getting a ton of value. But the Junkrat's just spamming at them, and I guess they just don't know a way around the Junkrat. Which, they actually have a decent comp to play around the Junkrat. You just push with a double shield and run their tanks over. But you have to push together, and I don't expect them to be able to push together at this rank. You miss your hook. The Ryan is charging, careful behind. We just kill the Reinhardt because, again, Junkrat. They have no way of playing around the Junkrat, and we just... Yeah, they just don't know how to deal with the Junkrat. If you had your heal here, we could have used it, but I think you used it during the flex, which I am actually okay with. Decent kill. He was slow enough that you didn't need the hook, but it's okay. At least you're doing consistent damage to their shields. Hook the Mercy. Good hook. You don't manage to kill her, but you don't know. You know what? At least you interrupted the rest. Now just heal and get out. Heal and get out. Remember what I said about Ryan being able to put a lot of pressure on you if you're close. That's fine. Just keep backing out. If he chases you, you can shoot at him. You ult the Ryan, which I'm actually also okay with. Don't think it's ideal because you are kind of out in the open, but it's fine. Have no idea how this happened either, but you know. Fire probably just came too low to the ground. Good hook, good kill. And we just draw it, and that's the point. But your Ryan gameplay is like abysmal. I'm sorry. You probably don't want to hear that blunt, but it's not good. Stop just shielding the chokes. All you're doing is shielding the chokes, which is a terrible idea. Just press forward into the enemy, because Ryan gets the most value out of pressuring the enemy with damage, not just by shielding forever. Just get close enough to swing and swing. Stop charging into the enemy, that's a bad idea. It makes you very vulnerable. It makes you very vulnerable, right? Vulnerable. Stop it. Okay. Alright, hopefully that was helpful. I didn't go too deep into corner holding. Maybe next time if you get to if you plateau again, where at a rank where corner holding would be a felt, like gold, I will explain corner holding. But for now, just literally go out, press the W key with your team, don't be by yourself. Rather than charging when you want to go aggressive, just W. Wait safely, then just go forward with the W and swing at the enemy. Okay, let's take a 3-minute break and then we'll do the next one, which is that Easter Ledger. I think that's how you spell that. Oh my god, please tell me I have been drawing the entire time. Please tell me you've been able to see my drawings the entire time. I would hate myself if you couldn't. David's legit, but I don't think we went over something that required ranks as much. But on either case, just stop charging into the enemy team. Okay. If the drawings were not there for this entire review, at least it's still good enough because of the rank that you don't need the drawings. You just need me to tell you stop feeding. Stop charging into the enemy backline. Stop holding the shield at choke. Just stop. Okay. I'll be right back, chat.